Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Today we're talking with the Village's high school baseball team. We got head coach Devin Anderson with us, as well as Hunter Anderson on the show with us. We also have Marcello Cortale, who's going to be with us later on the program as well. You guys are having a great season, off to an 18-5 start, coming into the tail end of the regular season. Coach, how would you describe the season so far?
It's been going well. We've done some things really well. Obviously done some things not so well, but with high school baseball, that's what you're going to get. It's just trying to ride that consistent wave and really just play good, clean baseball. And that's what I preach to these guys is taking care of the baseball, throwing strikes, hitting. You know, you'll have your ups and downs with that, but we've really been swinging the bats well, pretty consistently through the whole year. But other than that, it's going well. Enjoying my first year there, and hopefully finish the regular season strong and continue it in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're doing great things. Your first year, of course, here with the Village's charter high school program. But for those who don't maybe know you, what was your career before you came to the Villages?
I started at West Orange High School. Played 4 years there. Under Coach Teddy Craig and some of the other assistant coaches there, but it's kind of where I started. Obviously, before that was Ocoee Little League and some travel ball with the Scorpions, but kind of where I started making my name was at West Orange High School, and then was fortunate enough to be drafted by the Atlanta Braves out of high school.
Hunter, you're having a great season. 448, 30 hits, and 9 doubles. Having a great season. How would you describe your season so far?
I would describe it as very consistent this year. Last year, I kind of struggled a little bit with the consistency, not really having good approaches at the plate, kind of getting out earlier in the counts. Now I seem to be being more aggressive in the counts, maybe working some at-bats, especially in the 2-hole earlier in the game, but feeling really consistent and really aggressive earlier in the counts, getting ready to pass the torch on to the next guy and get the job done.
You obviously are the catcher on the team. Devin Burks was one of the catchers as well. He's doing great things up at Kentucky, so really awesome things going on there. And you recently just committed as well. Where did you commit to?
CCBC Catonsville Junior College near Baltimore, Maryland.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome to see these guys continue their academic and playing careers as well, Coach. That's got to feel good for you.
Absolutely. Obviously, I was fortunate enough to do it for 11 years, but it will come to an end one day. The playing days will come to an end, and obviously we preach, the education side to it. Hopefully these guys can go on and have a long career doing this, but, if that doesn't work out for them, you got to have another avenue, another path, and by sending them to college and getting a good education, that could set them up for their future, and that's what I preach now. Obviously, if I can, get these guys ready for college and let them have some success there, not only on the baseball field but off the field, and just be good people on and off the field, and no matter what they do. Obviously, the numbers are tough to make it to the major leagues, and that's what I let them know. I'm very honest with them, but no matter what they do in life, I want them to be the best at it. Be the best at it, work the hardest, and do what they have to do to represent their name well.
And Hunter, you've driven in 19 runs this year, so you've been contributing to the offense a lot. Of course, 30 hits, but 19 runs that you have driven in. What's made the offense so good this season for the Villages?
So especially a lot of our team last year, we weren't very we were taking like a lot of we at bats instead of me, and that's what Coach Dev preaches to us. Take me at bats, have it do your job, everyone else does their job, and it'll all come together. We pass on the torch, especially obviously in the second batting order. Or second hole, my bad.
Yeah.
But it's hard to bring in that first guy all the time, but especially later in the game when people are on base, it's just time to step up, do a job, and that's what we really work on in batting practice.
When Hunter says taking a me at bat, what does that mean, Coach?
That's kind of our saying this year, we over me. You got to play for the name on the front of on the front of the jersey and not the back. You know, and I always preach to these guys that, you know, if you want to be seen and want people to come watch your games, you have to win, number one. But that's going to come with guys being team players, taking a team approach. It's not always the pretty stuff that people will notice. It's the getting guys over from second base less than 2 outs, get them in from third with less than 2 outs, maybe the sack bunt early in the game to move a guy over. And that's what winning baseball is, and that's what we're trying to do here. And, yeah, the home runs and the doubles and all that will come, but you have to do the little things right, and that's what we preach. I say that all the time to these guys. We have to do the little stuff right, and when we do, we're a very tough team to beat. But obviously, the consistency's got to be there, and that's what we're trying to do every day, day in and day out, and really just play nice, clean baseball.
You guys are coming off of a 5-game winning streak up in Tennessee. You ended up going up there for a away series when in between the spring break. So that was a lot of fun to watch you guys have success up there. What was that like going up to Tennessee and playing those teams?
Going into it, you know, obviously when I took over the job here, in the past, they've always just played a couple games over spring break and let the kids kind of have their time over spring break. But me being, you know, a baseball guy, you don't have spring break. You play baseball over spring break, and so when I got the job, I started looking for tournaments, and I was able to find this one in Tennessee, and we went up there and just played good baseball, good clean baseball. Faced a couple tough opponents up there, and especially in the championship, we won 3-2. Faced 3 really good arms from that team, but we did all the little stuff right. Like I tell them, it's cliche all the time because I say it all the time, but it's what baseball is, and it's what you have to do to win, and we did that up there, and it showed. We, like I said, everybody played a part. All 18 guys had something to do with the 5 wins up there, and it was just, you know, a great moment to be their coach. I was very proud of how we played, and not only that, how we handled ourselves, why we were there was awesome to watch, and just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, Hunter, that must have been a lot of fun going up to Tennessee and just seeing a couple of different teams that you don't normally get to see up there. What was your experience like?
I thought it was a really good opportunity for myself and the team. We had fun, even though it was our spring break. It was fun, but it was also a mission. We were there to win 5 baseball games and come back to Florida with a championship. But again, it was a great opportunity. We had our fun while taking care of business. But it was a pretty good opportunity to see the teams that we're not going to see again probably this season and maybe never again. But it was fun to play against those teams in a different atmosphere, a different state, and different environment too.
And for you, you're coming into the final regular seasons of your high school baseball career. What's it been like playing for the Villages?
So this is my second year here. I came last year, and I've enjoyed my time here. It's been a blessing. I came from Montverde Academy before, and I was blessed to be there two great high schools and programs for baseball. But I've enjoyed my time. Everyone's been welcoming since I've been here, and everyone has a mission to do something great, and I really think we can.
And then Coach Anderson, his first season, of course, as the head coach of the Villages High School. What's it been like playing under Coach Anderson?
It's been good. Obviously, he was the coach at Montverde Academy also, so I was coached by him also there, and with the Scorpions. So I've had a lot of experience with him coaching me, but I really like me and Torrin Foley on our team. He's coached both of us, so we've had the experience and we know what it's like, and we try to drive our teammates to understand the same philosophy. But it's been good. He's been doing really good stuff so far.
Yeah, Torrin's been fantastic this year for you guys. So, and your pitching staff has been fantastic as well. I mean, you got Lincoln Gagne, who's having a terrific season. Talk a little bit about your pitchers. I mean, that has like excelled this season.
As a whole, pitching staff, and that's something we talked about early in the year. It's going to take everybody to get through this year. You know, obviously you lean on some other guys a little bit more, your horses, I call them, but throughout the year, everybody has thrown the ball very well. Obviously Lincoln, being being the guy. Even last year, coming into this year, we knew he would be our guy. He's thrown our toughest games, and he's competed his butt off, and that's all you can ask for as a coach. And then Samuel Craig's thrown a lot of big innings for us. Also, obviously a freshman with a bright future. He's done what we asked him to do, and go out there and compete and just give us a chance to win. Connor Briggs, last time out, probably the best I've seen him. Threw the ball exceptionally well. Only a sophomore, again, with a bright future. Just getting a little more consistent with him. Dom Pittman made a couple starts for us. He's thrown the ball well. Cohen Smith has had an unbelievable year coming out of the pen mostly. But he's done his job every time out. Matthew Wolfhanger, another senior left-hander, same thing, done his job. Every time they've been called upon, those guys have came in and done their jobs. And what we've talked about all year is throwing strikes, trusting your defense, and not giving up those freebies, we call them. The couple games we've got in trouble, we've given up a lot of walks and haven't taken care of the baseball, committed some errors, and in baseball those will come back to haunt you all the time. It doesn't matter the opponent, and that's why the consistency in this game is key, and being mentally strong and moving on to the next play is what I always tell them. But when overall as a pitching staff, I've loved what we've done, and it started in the fall. Those guys have worked their tails off to put the work in, and all of them have done their job pretty well this year.
And you obviously, Hunter, deal with the pitchers quite a lot, being the fact that you're the catcher. What's it been like working with the pitching staff this season for the Villages?
It's been really good too, especially Lincoln Gagne. He was our dude last year, like Coach said. But me and him, he's like one of my boys. Me and him, we do everything together. We have the chemistry on and off the field, along with everybody else, especially Samuel Craig. I've had a good bond with him, especially as a freshman, taking him under my wing, working hard with him along with everyone else. And it's building more chemistry with everybody, making sure they have confidence in me, and they have confidence in them to make every job wherever they step in, like Matthew Wolfhanger, Cohen Smith coming out of the bullpen, making big outings when we need them to. And just know our defense is going to back them up. We have a lot of good, talented players behind them, and we're going to make the plays for them.
He has a strong arm, too. He's thrown a lot of guys out at second base this season, Coach.
Yeah, he has. He we've always preached since he's been in 8th grade over there at Montverde when I was still there is you got to be a defensive guy first behind the plate. Obviously, the hitting has came along, and that's something that we've worked on too. But for 2-3 years straight, it was defense, and he's became, in my opinion, one of the top defensive guys in the area. But that comes with the work he's put in. It's people see the stuff on the field, but they don't see the work that's went in off the field and all the time he's put in. So that's a credit to him, him and the work he's put in, and it's paid off. So that's a good thing.
What's the things that you've mostly focused on this year? Because I feel like your bat has just taken off this season.
Yeah, so over the off season, like the fall coming into the school year, I've really worked on controlling my barrel and stuff like that, especially at the plate. But going behind the plate, it's just been strengthening my arm back and especially keeping the ball in front. Catchers, you cannot let the ball hit the backstop. That's my main job. And if I have 0 pass balls, they're going to happen. But my goal is to keep it to a minimum. And keeping that ball in front, no one can move after that. Blocking it, get up, make sure no one's moving anywhere. But I've really been working on keeping the ball in front, strengthening my arm, and obviously the bat at the plate.
He's been having a terrific year, whether it's defensively or offensively. We've enjoyed watching him this season. Coming into district play as well. Last year in the district championship, obviously a tough outing there last season against North Marion. This season, is it going to be a different story in the district?
That's the goal. Obviously, it's all you can do is prepare them and have them ready to go, and then we'll put it out there. We'll give it everything we got, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. But I know we'll be prepared and we'll be ready to go no matter who it is. You got a couple tough teams in the district, so but we don't shy away from that. We'll be ready to go when it happens, and like I said, we'll lay it all out on the field, and they'll know we're there. I know that.
Hunter, as you come into the final games of your high school career, what's been your best memory playing high school ball?
Playing high school ball, I've had a lot of good memories. My time at Montverde, going on all the bus trips and stuff like that. We've played tournaments in Alabama, Georgia, and spending a lot of time with the guys, but especially at the Villages. Again, this year in Tennessee, having that trip, building more memories, having the fun on and off the field. But probably one of my best memories playing baseball with the Villages is against North Marion last year in the regional quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Hitting that go-ahead double, and it was just really exciting looking at the dugout, hyped up, seeing all the boys having my back and knowing I have theirs too. It's just a good memory to have.
And you ended up winning that game as well, which was fantastic because you kind of got you lost the district against them, but then come out the next week and then you of course win and head on to the regional. I believe it was the regional semifinals as well. So hopefully you're able to replicate that this year as well. Hunter, I want to thank you for coming on to our program. It's been a lot of fun to hear from you, and good luck at college as well in the rest of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to take a short break here on the Sports Hub. When we come back, we'll be talking with Marcello Cortale when we return on the Sports Hub.
Is pain or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub. We're talking with the Villages baseball team. I want to thank you guys for coming on. We're here with Marcello Cortale. And Marcello, thank you for coming on to the program.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You're having an absolutely outstanding year. Your batting average is a .508 with 7 home runs. What's been the key to your consistent success this season? Because you're having an absolutely, you're tearing it up out there.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God. He's just my rock, and he's helped motivate me, and he gets me up in the morning, and I pour everything I have into this game. And over the summer I hit the weight room hard. I played for SBA Clubhouse in the summer ball, and started to do pretty well over there. And then consistency in the cage and in the weight room.
Yeah, this guy improved his average by about 150 this season. I mean, last year he was in the 300s. This year, a .508 average, 7 home runs. Fantastic, Coach. Talk a little bit about your player here.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable for us. Obviously, hitting in the 3-hole, right in the middle of the lineup, and I know teams prepare for him, but it's to the credit he's put in. It's showing up every day, being consistent, working on your approach, and he does, and he has. Just watching him, he has a very professional approach to hitting, and it's paid off. A lot of kids get up there and they get pool happy and BP, but he stays with his approach, which is middle to right center, and he has a lot of power that way. And I believe 3 or 4 of the home runs are probably to right center this year, which in high school baseball is a little awkward because most guys are all pool and they, like I said, they spin off and get pool happy. But he's been very consistent for us this year, and like I said, it's been a pleasure to coach him and watch him work every day.
His on-base percentage is up there as well, one of the highest on the team, .600. Just having a terrific year, you are. What's been the keys to your success this year? I feel like the whole team is really gelling well this season. You guys are 18-5 coming down the home stretch here. Got 2 more regular season games before the districts next week. What's been the key to the success this season?
Well, I think we worked really hard this fall. Coach Devin got us working early, and not many teams are working that hard in the fall. And we stayed consistent all fall, and then just fell right into the spring, and we just continued to work hard and stick with our approaches.
Yeah, and the approach has been terrific this year. And Coach Anderson, you came in and just had an instant impact on this team right away. And you could see the team is gelling down the final games of the home season here. Obviously, a tough one against Lecanto last night, the 2-0 loss. But overall, other than that, you had a 7-win stretch there for about a 2 or 3 week period where you didn't lose a game. Things are looking pretty good as we hit the districts here.
Yeah, we preach consistency. That's something I preach daily to them, and it's paid off. We've played really good baseball so far through the season. Obviously, a couple tough losses, but it's baseball. It will happen. You can't get too high, you can't get too low in this game. You got to be consistent across the board, and if you are, it will pay off, and it has for us. And like I said, it's a credit to the work the kids have put in. I try to put them in the best situations as a coach, but they're the ones that still have to go out and get the job done and play, and we've done that pretty well this year. And I'm just excited for the boys coming down the stretch and getting ready for the playoffs, and we just got to take care of the ball, play clean, and like I said, I like our chances.
Marcello, what's the biggest part of your game that you've improved upon, would you say, coming into your senior year here?
Well, I'd say, honestly, the approach has been the same from here to last year. I mean, I had 15 doubles last year, and then just getting stronger over the off seasons, those doubles turn into home runs, and that's all you can do as a hitter.
And you don't just play for the Villages Charter High School. You play travel ball as well. Who do you play with?
I play with SBA Clubhouse.
What's that been like?
It was good. I came there for a year, and they welcomed me right in, and they were just super helpful in my development. Had a great hitting coach over there, Brian Muniz. He was working with the Astros. I think he's working with another team now in the major leagues. But he was huge help to me last year and helped me fix my approach. And yeah.
What's the biggest difference for people that don't know and that are watching between high school baseball and travel baseball, Coach?
The big thing that has changed since I played is obviously, I love high school baseball, and you can't. Those are the days you'll look back on as a player, getting to play with your friends and your buddy. Travel ball it's packed into 2 months. It's almost every weekend, and it's obviously you'll be playing with some guys you don't know, but you get to know them for a little bit over those 2 months. But it's travel ball is now where you get seen. It's very seldom will the colleges come out to a high school game. They will if they're trying to get a guy committed or just see a guy here or there. But travel ball, you can go to one tournament and see thousands of kids over the course of a weekend, rather than go to a high school game to look at one guy and maybe someone else catches your eye. But travel ball is kind of taken over the baseball scene, and it's obviously it
must be a challenge, I would imagine.
It is. I enjoy both of them, but obviously with the high school, as a coach, you get closer with the guys at your high school because you're with them more consistently, and travel ball is more trying to get the kids seen, trying to get them some exposure. But like I said, high school, I wouldn't take back those days for nothing. Obviously, those are the ones you remember. Those are the times you'll look back on and enjoy the memories. And like I said, you don't get those days back. So it's high school is. The kids should still enjoy it and really look forward to playing high school baseball.
And we got some great teams around the area. Of course, Lake Mineola having a great year. You guys having a terrific year. It goes down. I mean, everybody's, even Mount Dora is having a pretty good year. And that's really healthy for the area in Lake County and Sumter County to have good baseball teams. And we've enjoyed watching all the teams this year have success. And your success is rubbing off on your teammates as well. Again, we're talking with Marcello Cortale, 508 average, 7 home runs this season, leading the team in RBIs and runs scored as well. What a season that you're having. And you also committed to Florida Tech, which is really exciting for you. What ended up, how did that end up going down?
Well, as Coach Dev said, it was over the summer. They came to a few games, and it wasn't even games where I was racking up crazy amounts of hits. They liked my approach. I was catching a lot of barrels, and they liked what they saw, and they gave me a pretty good offer over there.
What's been your favorite memory at the Villages?
That's a tough one, but it's got to be my sophomore year. We were playing Merritt Island in the regional semifinals, I believe, and I played a pretty good game, had a tough arm on the mound, and we ended up coming through, but I turned 2 double plays out in right field, and I threw out the go-ahead run to keep us ahead and keep us in the game, and that's just it was a big moment for me. I wasn't at that time. I was batting 7th, and I wasn't a huge hitter on the team, so it was good that my defense stepped up that game.
What's it been like playing under first-year head coach Hunter Anderson? Hunter Anderson. What's it been like playing under first-year head coach Devin Anderson?
Well, it's been great. The environment is just completely different now. It's business now, and we had a lot of goofballs on the team the past few years, and it's serious now, and it's business, and we're doing a lot better now.
Yeah, and coming down the home stretch of the season here, of course, 2 games. Yeah, you got Union County coming up, which is going to be an interesting one, and just trying to fine-tune the final things before the districts. What has it been like to sort of tune this team as well? You start off the season with some guys, and you kind of try to get your roster really in tune before the districts here. What's that been like positioning guys around?
It's been a challenge, like I said, I told the guys all 18 guys will play a role with this team. Obviously, you only have 9 starters, and some guys have stepped up and accepted their roles and done their jobs, which has been awesome to see. As far as fine-tuning the roster heading into the playoffs, I think we're pretty set where we've been. Obviously, anything can happen. Injuries are a part of it. You never know what could happen in the future. But as long as everybody's prepared to play and do their job, that's what I want. And we do that every day in practice. And I got confidence in every one of these guys, and that's a big thing as a coach. I wouldn't hesitate to put any of them in a spot where they can get a job done, but that, just like I said, that comes from the practice time, the kids putting in the work and just getting after it every day, which is what we've done.
And for you guys, I got to know how this is that beautiful new stadium that you guys play at down there at the Villages Charter High School. What has that been like playing at that facility? I mean, the foul territory is probably as big as the Oakland Coliseum, but it's such a beautiful complex down there. I think the Morris family did a fantastic job with that complex and just the entire athletics facility down there.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable facility. Obviously, for high school baseball, it doesn't get much better than that. And these kids are very fortunate to play on that. Obviously, we're grateful for it, and we thank the Morris family for doing that for us, and the Villages High School for building it, really. And like I say, it's just we're very grateful every day to be able to play on a field like that and put in the work and just grind every day. But obviously, having a facility like that is unbelievable, and it helps out tremendously.
Marcello, it must feel pretty good going out onto that facility.
Yeah, just going out there, having all the equipment you need. We're just so fortunate at the Villages to have all such an amazing place to play.
When you look back at it, coming into the final high school games of your career, what is the thing that you look back on most or most fondly upon? If you had advice for somebody who's younger, like a Connor Briggs, who's coming up through the program, and other guys who are going to have an impact the next couple of years, what's your advice to them?
Just trust in the process. You got to go out there over the summer. It's important to work hard, and you can't. All your friends are going out and having fun, but if you want to take this game seriously, you got to be in the weight room a ton. And the game is speeding up now, and that's just how the game is. And if you want to play at a high level, that's how it is. So just stay consistent in your work, and don't trade it for anything because you'll regret it later.
I got to ask you a little bit, how was your routine as well? Because you obviously did a fantastic job in the weight room last year and really packed on some muscle and was able to get 7 home runs, hopefully more this season. What was your routine like to get to that?
I got a great trainer down in Groveland, Tim Michaels, and he's helped me a ton. And, he trained Brett Boone, Tim Raines, those guys. They've made tremendous improvements in their power too. So, he's been a huge help to me, helping me throughout the season, giving me workouts to do, and I go see him every weekend.
Coach, last question I have for you guys is what defines a successful season in your first season here at the Villages High School? Would it be winning a district championship, making the playoffs? What is a successful season in your mind?
Successful season doesn't mean winning a district or a state title or making regionals. To me, it's preparing the kids for what's next, whether it's baseball, regular job, college. As long as they're prepared for it and know what's going to happen in life, then I think we're doing our job there. And I think we've done a pretty good job at that, staying the course and really, preaching to them that being a good person is even better than being a good baseball player. Because like I said, that will come to an end one day, and really just being a good person off the field, treating people how you want to be treated, and working hard at whatever it is you're going to do in life, and that starts now, and it's been our thing since the fall, kind of changing the culture here and just preparing them for life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was so well said as well. It's so true with not just baseball, but basketball, football, wherever our athletes are. That's a fantastic statement. I want to thank you guys for coming on to the Sports Hub program, learning a little bit more about you guys, and good luck with the rest of your regular season coming down the home stretch here.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having us.
All right. Well, best of luck at college as well to Marcello, Cortale, and Hunter Anderson. That's going to do it for this edition on the Sports Hub. I want to thank our partner, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. We'll see you on the next edition of the Sports Hub next week.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.